Let's go. 818, HOP, bet on me. You gon' see, ain't no thing, bitch, I'm on. Bitch, I'm kicking through the door. Yeah.
Go. Right, so my first change that I would have for this character is that I would have her down forward 1 restored to -1. Right now it's at -3 on block, which is pretty shit if I'm not gonna lie. I know it's got a down forward 1-1, but it's nothing to scare anybody away. Realistically, down forward 1-1, it's a high, it's not gonna do much, yeah. Whereas I feel like if she was given a down forward 1-3 with the 3 being a counter hit launcher, like something like this, like Geeks' down forward 1-3, I believe it is, or 1-4, whatever it is, the counter hit launcher, with the crumple stun, like when you get this, I feel like would be a fair trade to keep it at -3 or 2, and then have a 1 down forward 1-3. My second change I made to get back to the character with Katarina is her 4-4-2-4 is pretty shit. It is not worth throwing out. It is a high string. It is, you know, at high level this is ducked very frequently. It is not hard to duck it. It is not worth the risk anymore of throwing it out because you're going to get launched in Season 2. Initially when Season 2 came out it was broken because it jailed. I feel like with the change of it unjailing, I feel like 4-4-2-4 was a fine move. Not a bother on it. I feel like that move should be restored to its old fashioned glory, because right now it's just not cool. Another thing I would change back is up 4-3+4. What the fuck did they do to this move, and why? Who was complaining, you know what, Katarina's up 4-3+4 is a bit broken? Nah. That's up 4-3, another move they changed quite a bit. But yeah, Season 3, you can't get a back 4, you can't get a side step. If you're on an off axis, you can't get a combo, you can't do anything. It's like, damn, why would you do me like that? That is so not cool. I would love, this is a change that I'd really like to happen, but I don't think it will. And it's to do with Katarina's down 3-3, right? Down 3 by itself is -14, and down 3-3 I believe is -13 or 12. Because I know with Katarina you just 2-2 it. It's very simple. But my ideal change for this is very similar to what I mentioned earlier with Katarina's down forward 1-3 with the crumple stun. Not the crumple stun. I'd like for this the crumple stun. Not this move itself, back 3, but the down forward 1-3 and the second hit of down 3-3. I feel like this, because it is -12, should be a crumple stun counter hit launcher. I feel like that would be incredible. I feel like it would just make her that much a bit more scary. She is very scary in general. Katarina is a good character, but I feel like there's not a lot to stop people from pressing after this move, and I feel like it would be a brilliant addition to the character, as it is already -12 for 13. On to her lows. I feel like for the most part her lows, I know I went over the down 3-3 change, but I would ideally like to see down 4-3+4, which is now -2 on block, not on hit block, sorry, it's -14 on block, which is very good. But I feel like being -2 on a hit is a bit cheap, is a bit shit. Like, in Season 2, it was +2 on hit. In Season 1, it was +1. And now it's -2, which I feel like is it just doesn't allow her to do anything, really. You can't keep the pressure up. And I know you shouldn't be, like, realistically, you can react to this move. But, you can't get a down for, you can't get a while standing 4 or even a dick dab off after it, for the most part. It's pretty shit. So I would love to see down 4-3+4 change back to its former glory. A change I would love to have for Katarina, and these are it has kind of two ways of changing, ideally, is that the first way of this move changing is that with 4-4-4, either remove it being -12 or 13, which it currently is, and make it a -9, or keep it at -14, or not 14, sorry, keeping it at 14, it's not 14. Keep it at being -12 or 13, but have it be a counter hit launcher that like the built-in screw effect. That'd be sick. Like the second hit of 4-4-2-4. It'd be sick. It'd be so sick. They would be my two changes that I would make to 4-4-4. In regards to her Harrier stance, I feel like it would be very beneficial overall if her Harrier moves themselves got sped up. In particular, I'd be talking about Harrier 4 and Harrier 3. Now, people consider this being like, that is really cheap. Them changes are really cheap. But as it stands now, Harrier doesn't have anything to really scare anybody. Yeah, you've got Harrier 1. Yeah, you're still minus, you lose your turn. Harrier 2, right, which is -3, so you also lose your turn. You got Harrier up 4 3 +4, which is also minus, which is also a mid or high. No, it's a mid, sorry, it's definitely not a high. And you've got Harrier 4, which is -9. All of which you lose your turn, right? And you've got Harrier 3 +4, which is the only low out of this option. But it is reactable, it's launch punishable by most of the cast. It's not enough to warrant being minus, however minus it is. I'm just going to say launch punishable by most of the cast. I should really top my data up, but it really should not warrant that. In my opinion, that I feel like it either should be sped up to around, I would say 24 frames, I-24, I-25 type of frames, instead of where it currently is now. Because I feel like it is very easy to react and it doesn't really offer anything beneficial to anything below or above semi-average players, because most people just react to it. It is just a shit move overall. Another change I would love to happen is that for Harrier, down forward, I'm just going to swap over, down forward 3-2, 3-2, down forward 2-3, sorry, down forward 2-3. Good move, to be honest. It's a good addition to our arsenal. But the one change I would like to see, is you should be able to delay the second hit coming out. Similar to Claudio's 4-3, in that Earobs is delayed slightly. I feel like you should be able to delay Katarina's down forward 3-2. 3-2, I keep saying 3-2, down forward 2-3. Back to our normal stuff, right? So, at a Harrier, right, I feel like down 1 currently is -7 on block, but forces crowd. I feel like it's a good move, but I would like the frames for it to be just made it a bit better on block. As, I feel like -7 is a bit harsh, considering the animation and like the force that goes even like behind it. Personally, I feel like this should be +1. That's never gonna happen. But ideally a -2 on block or a -1 on block, I feel would be more logical, considering just the way the move happens. Big massive swing over your head, you know, you're getting forced down. Well, you shouldn't be. Katarina shouldn't be at -7 in that scenario. Another change I feel should happen, or even change back, is up 4-3. Up 4-3 is now a -15 launcher. Which is a shame because it's a relatively decent move. It was -14 both in season, no, it was in season 2 and it was -13 in season 1, I believe. But now it is -15 with increased damage, which is fair, but at the same time I feel like -15 for an I-19, it's a 19 frame start of it, right? It's 19 frames. I feel like it's just not worth it. It doesn't warrant being -15 for an I-19 launcher. Yes, it has distance, but at the same time, like 19 frames startup is a bit slow. So my few changes I would make to this move, or modifications I would make to this move, right, is that keep it at -15, but add pushback similar to Asuka's back 3, make it a bit harder to punish. I would have it at I-16 or 15, which, you know, be similar to how Chloe has 2 separate hop kicks. I would have that at I-15 or I-16, and then also keep it -15. That'd be kind of fair. And my last change is to just keep the way it is, everything about it, but make it -14. I feel like 14 would be warranted. Any one of those 3 changes I feel would heavily benefit this character, as 15 is just a bit harsh for a move that is too slow, realistically in my opinion, to warrant being -15. Now onto the main changes I would love. These are more like idealistic changes that I would have to this character, but I would just, they would genuinely make this character. They make her top tier, in my opinion. So, first off, I would have forward 4 being a counter hit launcher. Keep it at -14, or no, I keep saying -14, I always say -14. Keep it at -12 or 13. I'm not sure which one it is, if I'm being honest, because I know Katarina just 2-2s it. You can tell what character I played this game and picked and learned it with. But, so, keep it at minus 12 or 13, but make it a counter launcher. It already has, I'm not sure if I said it earlier, but it also has this, it already has this screw built into it. Have it launch like the same way Katarina's 4-4-2-4, the 4 of the 4-4-2-4 hits, like that. Be fantastic, really, really good. But it also heavily improve her 1-1-2 string, which is very easily dealt with by just backdashing, because realistically that will whiff if they backdash, and this is reactable for the most part. Having this a counter launcher, my lord, does that just makes this character 20 times better, in my opinion. Another idealistic change I would love to see happen is that we would have 1-1 into a down 3. 1-1-3, except the input would be 1-1-3 plus 4, or 1-1 down 3. 1-1 down 3. That's the input I would like it to be. 1-1 down 3. So you'd have into a low. Similar to Lily's 1-2-3 and 1-2-4. Just having that option to just throw them off. The potential to mid or a low coming out of the 1-1 string would be fantastic, as 1-1-1 you lose your turn, 1-1-2 is a high plus. Having a 1-1 down 3 would be fantastic. Would be such a brilliant addition to our arsenal, and something I feel that like in competitive play would just make this character significantly more prominent, considering the changes that have been made to her in season 3, with Stomp Up Back 4 being removed, 4-4-4, damage being reduced, 4 being made minus 12, and so on and so forth. And Up Back 4 being reduced on damage is really fucking irritating, by the way. You're always left with the other people being like having a pixel left and they just get up and kill you. I'm like, damn, this is season 2. Saying that season 2, Stomp Up Back 4 and you're dead. Another change I'd love to see happen to Katarina is that her forward 3 is made more plus, and I'd speed the startup frames up. I'll reduce the startup frames by about 2 frames. Make it a bit quicker so it's harder to float out, and then not have a plus 3 on block, as it's extremely narrow and it's not worth it at +1. It's not that it's not worth it, but it's not strong at +1. I know it is a counter hit launcher and that they made it easier to convert with downward 1, but I feel like at +3 it'd be such a bloody fantastic move. Boing. Of course I missed, that's my fault. But yeah, this move being made +3 would be fantastic. So another one in the idealistic changes is that I'd love for her to get a 1 throw. Something. A throw that isn't... She's got no grab game. Like, none. Similar to Claudio, they just do not have grab game. And I feel like it would just add that extra layer of being able to throw off your component and have them having to think about something else. Because realistically, Katarina just has a down forward 1, down for 1, a 1+2 throw and a 1 or 2 break. Like, you know, very, very generic. I feel like if she was given another throw, it would be absolutely fantastic. And that wraps me up for the changes I would make for Katarina in Season 3.5. I went over the changes I think should happen and my idealistic changes. If any of them were to be taken into place, I'd be over the bloody moon. If you want to check out my other socials, I stream on Twitch when I have time. Right now I'm quite busy with college work, but I do stream on Twitch if you want to catch any of my content. Mostly Katarina and Claudio gameplay, but I also play Apex Legends, I play FIFA, there's a few other things, and then also my Twitter handle is also on the screen if you want to see random shithousery or whatnot that I get up to. That's gonna do it for me today. I hope this video was somewhat useful, or some of you have your own opinions. Please drop your opinions in the comment box below on what you think you would change or what type of changes you would make for Katarina in Season 3.5. Until then, have a good day. Peace.